Hello, welcome to Gathering Information. I'm David Williamson. This is for CO102 Business Communications, Dr. Daniel Smith. So gathering information is one of the steps to planning a business message. And it's important when you are gathering information that you develop a clear picture of your audience. One of the things you need to do that is to consider the audience's perspective. You want to understand what their position is. Is this someone who is a supervisor, or is this one of your peers, or are you speaking with one of your direct reports? Are you delivering information for them to act on as far as their job, or are you giving them information to act on in order to make decisions for your job? You need to listen to the community on almost any subject. There is a community of experts within that community about that particular type of business. For instance, the business my company is in is the law, and the Bar Association is a relatively large community, and there are specialized branches within that. Read your company reports and other documents. If there are annual reports published, that's a good way for you to get insight into how the company is doing. If your company has a knowledge base or a information management system, reviewing documents there can help you get an insight on your company. And if your company is technically oriented, taking a look at help desk tickets to see what types of issues have come up and what types of solutions they've offered in the past can help you get a handle on your company. Talk with supervisors, colleagues, customers, employees. Find out their perspectives of what's going on within your company, and ask your audience for input. When developing your message, whether it is for an oral presentation or for a written communication, you can get an idea from your audience what type of information they need. Speaking of your audience's needs, one of your jobs in gathering information is to uncover those audiences that audience need. I'm reminded of a quote from Orson Welles: "I can think of nothing that an audience won't understand. The only problem is to interest them. Once they're interested, they understand anything in the world." Basically, what he's saying there is don't worry about whether you're going to confuse them. You probably won't. If you can keep your audience's interest and give them information that they need, then they will understand what your message is. A lot of times the audience doesn't actually know what they need. They might have an idea of what they're looking for, though, and it's your job to find that. Now, one of the ways that you're going to work on that is by finding your focus. Now, the book mentions in finding your focus to use a free writing technique or to use some other discovery techniques in order to make sure that you are getting information that's pertinent and reliable for your audience. And make sure that you are always providing the required information. And the way that you do that is by using the standard journalistic tools of who, what, when, where, why, and how. And of these, I've always thought that the most important is why, because if you can get buy-in from your audience on why something needs to be done, or why money needs to be spent, or why things need to happen, then if you can get the buy-in on that particular issue, then you'll have a successful message. And please be sure that the information is accurate, ethical, and pertinent. If it's accurate, then people can take action upon the information. If it's inaccurate, any actions that they take will be less than successful. Of course, the same holds true on ethics. And as far as pertinent, there's nothing more frustrating than receiving a message with a lot of information in it that does not pertain to you at all. So speaking of pertinent information, that brings us to the end of this particular chapter concept. Have a great one. Thanks.